Good morning, Aries. This is Feel the Soul, and I'm here with your reading for July 16th through the 31st. I have cleansed these cards and I've shuffled them already a bit, but I'm going to continue to do it in front of you guys. I'll break them up and we'll start our reading. I wanted to let you know and remind you all that I won't be doing any readings in the month of August because I will be away and unavailable. And another quick comment, I wasn't well a couple weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, and I had comments and I had orders for readings, and I'm so sorry I could not get to you all. Um, when you're just not well, it's not even good to get a reading because it's all going to come out all not well. So I had to just kind of put everything down and get better, and I did. And now I'm back and I'm doing a reading for Aries. I'm breaking this up. Okay, and I'm gonna just break them one more time. 1, 2, 3, and here we go with your reading for Aries. Your first card, I cannot believe this. I have shuffled these cards and cleansed them, and I got the Queen of Pentacles again. I think she's in 3 readings. That's crazy, dude. Super crazy. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The next card is, and I'm making sure I'm flipping them and shuffling them and cleansing them. Next card, the Five of Wands. The next card is the Tower. And the last card is the King of Pentacles. This is certainly a different reading, though. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles, here we go again. This female energy, I find her to be mellow, a lot more mellower than on other cards. I feel like she's pretty calm in this reading. There's a lot of green and a lot of nature around her. And she's holding the pentacle, and it's almost like I told other people, she's looking at that pentacle and she's like observing and not obsessing. She's observing and she's like evaluating and looking at her life. And I feel like this particular energy is not an aggressive energy because I just find all the green around her to support her energy, which is more about sustaining her wealth and also like the ability to kind of have the ability for growth. You know, she's not too old, she's not too young. She's kind of at this good time where she is still on that ladder of willing to learn about life and the lessons of life. And I feel like, I almost feel like she's a little sad. I feel like she's a little sad. Wow, that's interesting. I feel like she's a little sad. It's weird how you feel stuff. Um, and the next card is the Five of Wands. And the Wands talks about the conflict and struggle and the disadvantages that possibly this Queen of Pentacles is starting to have. It looks to me like there is different problems arising. And I really do believe, because we're going to go towards the end, there's a King of Pentacles at the end. And I feel like this person is sad. I see the fighting and the conflict, and I just heard the disconnecting that's going on with this King of Pentacles. So we're talking about a relationship here. And the breaking of it, or the, what do you call it, the pieces coming off. That's what I feel like. The crumbling chunks are falling off, and it's kind of coming apart. The Tower talks about, you know, as you see, I see the lightning. And when you guys see lightning in the sky when it's raining, it's sudden, right? It's like, whoa, and you're like, you get shook up in your, wherever you're at in your home, or you see the flashing lights, and it's all like fast, like that. And I feel like the Tower card is kind of expressing that energy. I feel like there's already conflict going on here with these two pentacle energies, and then something happens. There is some type of action that follows the fighting and the conflict and the disconnection. And the Tower comes in and kind of swoops it all out. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help it. And I feel like this King of Pentacles is happy, kind of, in a way. Not that it's happened or that there's conflict, but this person seems a lot more confident than the female energy. I feel like this King of Pentacles is a little bit more on the smug side, but even when I say smug, I think just the face says that, but I don't want to say that this person is the jerk. I'm just saying this person has more of that confident feeling, or maybe relieved about this, that been there's been this disconnection, and now it's maybe ending, or like the final straw has fallen, and there's these differences between these two earth energies, which is funny because Aries is all fire, and there's fire in the Tower, and when you're fighting, there's conflict. That's like fire, like you know something aggressive coming out. But these two signs are earth signs. So I just kind of find it interesting. It's not even like um, you guys are super duper compatible to earth signs. I mean, you can connect with the earth sign, but it's just not really your number one sign to go to. So I feel like Aries is having these two. So I'm just thinking these people represent a man and a woman, likely, or anything like that. Two women, two men. One has more female energy, one has more male energy, right? And that there is a problem. There's a disconnection going on, and there's fighting going on. Then something else happens, and that's the final straw. And this male King of Pentacles seems to be more happier about it than the female energy Pentacle, the one that has the female vibe. So let's pull out a couple more cards and see where we're at. I think that we're going to pull out cards on these, the fighting and the Tower. So let's see. For the Five of Wands, we have the Chariot. And for the Tower, we have the King of Cups. So I think that it's even possible that the more male energy was the one that kind of maybe made that last action to end it, or the call to end something, or to put a stop to something. The Chariot on the Five of Wands is talking about how aggressive it comes on, and how maybe this Queen of Pentacles, or the more female energy, doesn't really even expect it. But I see this person more worried and sad, sad. And this person just seems more happier already with this situation, having this problem, or maybe more relieved. So let's pull a card over here on the Queen of Pentacles. Yep, we see the Five of Swords, which the Five of Swords, there's a winner and a loser in the Five of Swords. That's how I look at that sometimes. And I just feel like this Queen of Pentacles might be the one losing at this point. And let's look at the King of Pentacles, Temperance, which means The King of Pentacles, I feel, is kind of maybe controlling this a little bit better, managing it better. And so he's kind of actually more aware of the volatility and what's going on in the situation here. Um, and is just kind of sitting back watching it, like maybe smug. And okay, I just heard something else. This King of Cups came up. I don't know if I've addressed it much yet, but I kind of felt like I just heard that maybe this Queen of Pentacles was having some kind of communication or social site, some type of social networking touch with this King of Cups. And maybe this male energy, the King of Pentacles, discovered it. Maybe even this King of Cups caused the towers. There's a more of male energy here. The male energy caused the tower. So I just don't know if it's this third party person coming in and causing the bullshit, causing the fight here, or was it the King of Pentacles aware of something and the tower being the truth being told and out. That's what I'm feeling. So I know that when I do these readings, they only fit so many people, right? So I apologize sometimes if I can't get a big general reading out, but just sometimes things lie where they lie. And right now, I just feel like these two energies are in this combative situation and something happened sudden and everybody's kind of, well, not everybody, somebody here is unsettled and worried, and somebody over here is more in the awareness and just kind of waiting to see what things will look like when this fire ends in the tower and people come to see what's left and look at the situation then when that happens. So let's see, how many minutes do I have here? Okay. Let me just flip a couple cards here. For me, I feel like when things kind of start to settle after the fireworks, there's just going to be still some difficulties in communicating, and I feel like it'll be difficult for these energies to connect, but they will be able to move on. And I think that for one of the parties, they're going to move on into a new relationship and they'll be happy in that relationship. That's after all the ugly pops out and the fighting and the conflict, whatever, the pointing arrows or whatever you want to call it. I think one person will go into a new relationship and be happy. And I think the other person will be independent and stay independent for a while. And more like in self-discovery about really knowing how to be on their own. So that's what I'm thinking is kind of going to happen here. After the tower comes kind of down, there'll be still some problems that have to be worked out because there's going to be people that aren't happy. But then after that part or that cycle starts to kind of calm down a little bit, then I see like two individuals kind of going in different directions. And like I said, one I feel will go into some type of relationship and mature from this. And then I see the other person really kind of being on their own and really kind of trying to figure out how to be on their own and really finding out that they like being on their own, or at least for a period of time. So that's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm going to flip, I'm not going to flip, sorry. I have this deck of cards, and I tell everybody I can't stand them. They're so mushy, right? And I got a love card on, a love t-shirt on. I didn't even realize it. But, oh my God, everybody's going to comment. Anyways, I mean, I love, but the words are so mushy. So anyways, never wanted to use them, but today, for some reason, they're talking to me. I'm giving them a shot, and they're working out very well. So I'm doing one card for Aries with like some advice and part to also to go along with this reading. What is it saying? And what's really crazy is that for most of my card readings, they've been just flying out. Like the card just flies out. It's so cool. And I'm just going, okay, heck, I'll get it. And sure enough, it's very fitting. So I think only a couple ones I had to just pull it out myself. And so that's fine too. Whatever works. Whatever to get the proper message to you guys is what I want. I want Gemini to be successful. I want Gemini to be happy. I want Gemini to love themselves. And we want a card for Gemini. I'm going to do 4 more, and if not, I'll just pull it myself. All right. And here's the card. Did I say Gemini? I don't know what's going on with me. Sorry, guys. I'm doing lots of readings. Aries. Okay. So, this is for Aries. So, this card talks about chemistry. And it says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So, let me pull that out. Okay. So the way I look at this card, right? You're like, how does this fit this reading? But I think what's going on here is that even though the 2 Pentacles energies have chemistry and are naturally drawn to each other and have attraction for each other, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good chemistry. Because we see that the cards in between them were the 5 of Wands and the Tower. So there's all types of chemistry. To me, I think there's good chemistry and bad chemistry. Some people, when you put them together, they fight a lot. They're too alike or whatever, you know. And some people have really good chemistry. And so I'm thinking that there is attraction here, was attraction, whether this is relationship, love, friendship, but it just felt like it was like a relationship, man and woman, woman and woman, man and man. But this, you know, this is starting to shift out into a friendship too. It really can, because when I set the Empress and when I set these cards here, somebody going into a relationship and someone being on their own, that is very fitting for friendships. Two friends that break up. Anyways, if that's what happens, or there's a fight or a conflict about something. The chemistry here talks about that there is a magnetic attraction here, but it doesn't really say if it's good or not. And the other thing is when I look at this picture, which I'm going to look at it closer right now. Let me see if I can get it to you guys so you guys can see it. I'm so sorry about the light in here. Okay, I don't see them very happy. I don't know what it is, but I'm not really seeing the chemistry here. The dude is got his hand out, and she's like got something in her hand, and it's almost like a little light. And the guy is like, has his hand out, and the girl's kind of going like, here, this is my love or my energy or whatever. I don't know what the hell it is. But honestly, I'm feeling, if you could just see my face right now, I feel like, I don't like the chick's face. I'm not picking on the woman here for Aries. I'm just saying, I'm not liking the feeling I'm getting here. It's almost like there's attraction, but there's also this like negative sparks going on between them. So that they're attracted, but just because you're attracted doesn't mean you have good chemistry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I just don't think it. And when I look at this card, I don't feel that. So maybe these people had something, but it's just really not the right formula for something long term. And maybe this is just things are coming up again, or there's problems, situations going on. Maybe somebody's talking to another party, and that blows everything up even more. But I just don't see, it seems like maybe there was something there, but I don't feel like the chemistry is really there. Um, the attraction's there, but maybe people are just too alike or too different, or one person has grown and the other person hasn't quite caught up. And sometimes that can also fuck up the formula for relationships. So, friendships, marriages, living together, everything. I'm telling you. I mean, this happens with friendships too, all the time. This is very fitting for a friendship. I'm aware of it. All right. So that's what I'm kind of getting for Aries in the month of July. I don't think this is a 2 week reading. I think this is something that is, I know I've been noticing the readings are getting longer and more expansive. And this looks like something that's already been happening for a while or will happen. And then it's going to kind of run its course for a bit. But I do see that the two parties here, if they choose to split or just go in different directions for a while, I see like one person kind of goes off to have like a relationship with someone else. And I don't know if it's a love relationship, just a relationship, like finds another bestie or something. And then I see somebody else more independent and kind of on this like self-growth journey to something different within themselves. And that's what I'm seeing for Aries for the month of July 16th through the 31st. But we see that this reading is going to be much longer. So I wish you all the very best, Aries, and have control of this. Manage this, and you can handle it. Whatever part you're in here, I know that you have the ability and the strength and the power to overcome anything. Stay strong. Think about how you want your life to look, and think about your stability and what that looks like to you, and how to create that peace in your life. And if someone's disrupting you, or something's disrupting that, and is it worth staying in it to try to win it, or is it worth letting something go and moving on into some new space with new energy and a new set of eyes for the future ahead? I'm Feel the Soul. I'm so grateful to be here. I'll see you in September. Bye.